Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you, our viewers. Welcome to the Wisdom Channel. Please don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss our future stories and lessons. Long ago, in a small village nestled deep within the desert, a sense of wonder and unease filled the cool night air. People would gather in hushed circles, their eyes fixed on a man who held them captive with his words. He claimed to possess knowledge of the unseen, a window into the future. With an air of absolute certainty, he spoke of treasures buried beneath the shifting sands, of future events that would shape their lives, and of the most intimate secrets hidden within the hearts of his listeners. The villagers, mesmerized, would whisper among themselves, "How does he know these things? It's as if he can see through our very souls." Their awe was palpable, their belief growing with every seemingly accurate prediction. But what their human eyes could not perceive, what their ears could not hear, was the true source of his gift. In the shadows, just beyond the firelight, unseen entities, the Jinn, lingered. They were the ones whispering fragmented truths into the fortune-teller's ear, words stolen from the heavens and twisted for their own deceptive purposes. The practice of seeking out such individuals was not new, and the concern reached the best of generations. One day, some of the noble companions approached the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, their hearts troubled by the claims of these fortune-tellers. They sought clarity, a beacon of truth to cut through the fog of deception. The Prophet, our guide and mercy to mankind, did not mince his words. He gave a warning that was both stark and absolute, a clear line drawn between faith and falsehood. He said, "Whoever goes to a fortune-teller and believes what he says has disbelieved in what was revealed to Muhammad." This powerful statement, recorded in the collection of Sunan Abu Dawud, left no room for ambiguity. To believe a fortune-teller was to reject the very foundation of the message brought by the final prophet. He then explained the mechanics of this deception, pulling back the curtain on the unseen world. He described how the Jinn, in their relentless effort to mislead humanity, would eavesdrop on the angels as they discussed the decrees of Allah in the heavens. They would manage to snatch a single word of truth, just one fragment of reality. But they would not deliver this truth purely. Instead, they would rush back to their human allies, the soothsayers and fortune-tellers, and mix that one stolen word with 100 lies of their own making. It is this toxic blend of a little truth and a lot of falsehood that makes the fortune-teller thus words seem so convincing, yet so spiritually poisonous. Dear viewers, please remember, the images you see in our videos are for illustration purposes only. They are artistic representations and do not, in any way, depict the real face or form of the Prophet. Peace and blessings be upon him, his family, or his companions. Let us try to imagine this incredible scene from the unseen realm, a reality described to us by the one who spoke with divine knowledge. Imagine the celestial expanse, where angels, beings of pure light, descend from the heavens, carrying with them the decrees of Allah, the Lord of all worlds. They communicate these commands, matters of destiny, life, and sustenance. At the same time, in the lower realms, the devils, the rebellious Jinn, are in a frantic state. They swarm and strive, desperate to overhear even a whisper of this divine knowledge before it is sealed. They lie in wait, and with great effort, one might succeed in snatching a single solitary word of truth as it is passed between the angels. This one stolen word is their prize. They then hurl it down, like a fiery meteor, to their allies on earth, the fortune-tellers, and soothsayers who have pledged their allegiance to them. But the word does not arrive intact. It is immediately encased in a web of deceit. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, elaborated on this very phenomenon. He said, as recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari, the angels descend in the clouds and mention what has been decreed in the heaven. The devils steal a word, then add to it 100 lies. This is the core of their methodology. It's a masterful illusion. The small piece of truth acts as the bait. A person might hear the fortune-teller say something that is true, something no one else could possibly know, and they are hooked. They then become susceptible to the 99 lies that follow, swallowing falsehoods that can corrupt their faith and their life. This is precisely how fortune-tellers deceive the masses, by expertly mixing a grain of truth with a mountain of falsehood. The warnings of the Prophet echoed deeply in the hearts of his companions. They understood the gravity of the situation. There's a story that illustrates this perfectly. One of the companions, may Allah be pleased with them all, was walking through the marketplace when he heard a crowd buzzing with excitement. At its center was a fortune-teller, speaking with great confidence and bravado, predicting future events and revealing personal secrets. The companion, perhaps out of initial curiosity, drew closer to listen. The man's words were captivating, and it was easy to see how others were falling under his spell. But as he stood there, another, more powerful set of words echoed in his mind, the words of the beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. He remembered the specific and terrifying warning. Whoever goes to a fortune teller and asks him about something, his prayer will not be accepted for 40 nights. This hadith, found in Sahih Muslim, struck him with the force of lightning. He realized the immense spiritual danger he was in. It wasn't just about believing. The act of simply going and asking, of giving these individuals an audience, was a major sin with severe consequences. The invalidation of 40 nights of prayer, the most crucial connection a believer has with their Creator. Terrified by this realization, the companion didn't hesitate. He turned and left immediately, fleeing the scene as if fleeing a plague. He understood that even listening, even being present in that circle of falsehood, was a path that led to spiritual ruin. His immediate repentance and retreat show us the correct response of a true believer when faced with such temptations. Why is this issue so serious in Islam? Why such a stern warning? The danger of believing in fortune tellers strikes at the very heart of Islamic faith. It undermines the core principle of Tawheed, the absolute oneness of Allah and His exclusive right to be worshipped and obeyed. A fundamental aspect of Tawheed is believing that knowledge of the Ghaib, the unseen, belongs to Allah alone. He states this clearly in the Qur'an, in Surah Al-An'am, and with Him are the keys of the unseen. None knows them except Him. When a person turns to a fortune teller, they are, in essence, attributing this divine quality of knowing the unseen to a mere creature. This is a form of shirk, associating partners with Allah, which is the gravest sin in Islam. Let's go back to our village story. Those villagers who placed their trust in the fortune teller, who looked to him for answers about their future, were being led astray. They were placing their hope and fear in a man who was himself being deceived by the Jinn. Their faith was being diverted from the Creator to the creation. In contrast, the villagers who held firmly to the rope of Allah, the Qur'an, and the Sunnah of the Prophet were protected. They knew that their future was in Allah's hands and that true guidance and knowledge come only from Him. They would turn to prayer, to dua, and to permissible means to navigate their lives, placing their ultimate trust in the All-Knowing, the All-Wise. This is the fortress of Tawheed, a shield that protects a believer from the whispers of Shaitan and the deceptions of mankind. So how do we, in our modern world filled with its own versions of fortune tellers, from tarot card readers online to horoscope columns, protect ourselves from these whispers and traps? The guidance is clear, and the tools have been given to us by the Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be upon himself. He taught us a comprehensive spiritual protection program. First, make a habit of reciting Ayat al-Kursi, the 255th verse of Surah al-Baqarah. It is known as the greatest verse in the Quran and is a powerful fortress against evil. Reciting it after every prayer and before sleeping provides immense protection. Second, regularly recite the Muwwidatayn, the 2 concluding chapters of the Quran, Surah al-Falaq and Surah an-Nas. These chapters were revealed specifically as a means of seeking refuge in Allah from all forms of evil, including the whispers of the Shaitan and the harm from his creation. Finally, and most importantly, keep your salah strong. Your 5 daily prayers are not just a ritual. They are your direct line to Allah, your spiritual nourishment, and your ultimate fortress against Shaitan. A person who is diligent with their prayer is under the constant protection and care of Allah. These practices are not mere suggestions. They are the believer's central toolkit for navigating a world where unseen forces of mischief are at play. Dear viewers, we hope that you have found benefit and guidance in today's story and lesson. If you have, we kindly ask you to please subscribe to the Wisdom channel and share this video with your friends and family so they too may benefit. Always remember that the claims of fortune tellers and the whispers of the Jinn are elaborate traps designed to mislead us and pull us away from the straight path. The only true source of knowledge about the future and the unseen is Allah, so hold fast to the Quran and the Sunnah of our beloved Prophet, for therein lies true guidance, unwavering certainty, and ultimate success in this life and the next. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be with you all. Fi Amanillah.